In this video, we're going to review what we've learned so far about trigonometry. So before we get into this lesson, make sure you just generally understand the idea of what an angle is. It's just kind of two lines that meet, you get an angle. All right, in essence, trigonometry is just a study of angles. We're always going to have some angle involved when we're talking about our trig functions. We can focus on these angles inside of a right triangle or in standard position in the unit circle. So those are the two different things we kind of have right now for trigonometry, right triangles and our unit circle. All right, for now, there's a lot of memorization. You have to know SOHCAHTOA, you have to know this whole unit circle thing. But the applications will come with a little bit more understanding about what's happening. All right, so first, what does it mean to be in standard position? All right, standard position means that one side of your angle is the positive x-axis. So I can have my xy axis here, and one side positive x-axis. And I'm going to rotate my angle counterclockwise until I get to the size that I want. All right, so that is an angle. If I rotate clockwise, that's a negative angle. All right, so that's what standard position means. And we're doing trig, we're going to take this angle in standard position and put it in our unit circle, kind of see what values we hit. All right, SOHCAHTOA gives us the relationship between the trig functions and the sides of a right triangle. So sine of the angle, let's use alpha for an angle, is opposite over hypotenuse for SO. Cosine of the angle is adjacent over hypotenuse for CA. Tangent is TOA, opposite over adjacent. So for this specific triangle, if I use the angle A, sine would be A over C. Cosine would be B over C. Tangent would be A over B. All right, but knowing SOHCAHTOA, if you can say SOHCAHTOA, you can do these equations. All right, just remember, for SOHCAHTOA, the angle goes on the inside and the sides go on the other side. All right, so for this example, we're going to find the value of x. All right, x is the side of a right triangle. We have an angle, and we have another side. All right, so this is going to tell me to use SOHCAHTOA. Pretty much whenever you see a right triangle, think of SOHCAHTOA. All right, and I have the opposite side, and I have the hypotenuse. So which one has to do with opposite hypotenuse? That's sine. So if I take the sine of 30 degrees, that's opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite is 7. The hypotenuse is x. I want to figure out what x is. So I need to solve for x. Right now I got to get x off the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. And I want to get x completely by itself, so I get rid of the sine of 30. And so x is 7 divided by sine of 30. All right, you could actually do this one using the unit circle, but generally when we're doing these SOHCAHTOA ones, I'm fine with just putting in a calculator. So 7 divided by sine of 30 is 14. All right, so that's our missing side that we didn't know using SOHCAHTOA. All right, when you're doing SOHCAHTOA, it's important first to make your equation. So this is the original equation I wrote in red for some reason. That's what you want to do first using SOHCAHTOA, and then you worry about how to solve for x afterwards. All right, find the exact value of cosine of 135. So for this, you're going to have memorized your unit circle. All right. Again, there's an entire lesson, kind of like two lessons together, that teach you how to do the unit circle, but you might have to review how to go through and add all the values to that unit circle. Once you have your unit circle, you find 135 on the unit circle, and then cosine is the x value of the point that hits the unit circle. So our unit circle looks like this. There's some point that you're going to have labeled here, and this point's going to be labeled like this. You take the x value, and that's your answer. Right. Sine of negative 120. So again, we're going to have our unit circle. And remember, sine is a y value. But you have your unit circle memorized and you put it on there, negative 210 is not going to be on there because all the angles are positive. So you have to remember that there's coterminal angles, which are angles that look the same, they end up in the same place, and the thing is, they just differ by 360 degrees. So if I take this negative 102 degrees, and I add 360 to it, that's just going to do a full circle around and end up back in the same place. And negative 210 plus 360 is 150. And I know where 150 is on my unit circle. It's right here. Oops, wrong color. All right, so that's 150. Again, on your unit circle, that'll have a point. That point is negative square root of 3 over 2, 1/2, which means the sine of negative 210 is the same as the sine of 150 because they're coterminal angles, and the sine of 150 is 1/2. All right, so this problem is just a review of the coterminal angle fact. You can always add or subtract 360 from an angle until you find an angle that is on your unit circle. So this angle is 150. This angle would be negative 210. But you can see they end up in the same place. I get the same y value. I find the value of x. Here the value of x that we're looking for is the angle. But again, we're looking at a right triangle, so we're automatically going to think of SOHCAHTOA. And based on this angle, I have the adjacent side and I have the hypotenuse. So what uses adjacent and hypotenuse? That's cosine. It's important to remember with your trig functions, the angle always goes in. So my x is going to go in the parentheses here. And cosine is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse side. Right, so it's really important. You always make your SOHCAHTOA equation first before you try to do anything else. But how can I figure out x? Right now, x is inside of the cosine function. Well, we know our inverse functions. If I do cosine, oops, let's not write it in red. Cosine inverse, what happens when you do an inverse function? These two things flip places. So now cosine inverse of 35 over 77 is going to be x. Right? And what is that going to be? You kind of have to use a calculator. 35 divided by 77 is 62.96 degrees. One thing, whenever you're using a calculator for trig right now, we are using degrees for our angle. So make sure your angle or your calculator is in degrees. The other setting is radians, which we'll learn about later, but just make sure you're not using radians. If you had it in radians, let's see what the answer would be. Your answer would be 1.09. That's definitely not a 1 degree angle. All right, so just make sure your answer is in degrees, and you'll get the right answer. All right, final question, cosine of 780. So I see I'm trying to find the exact value of a cosine function, which means I want to use my unit circle. But if I know my unit circle, I have it sitting in front of me, I'll see that 780 is not on there. The angle is too big. My unit circle only goes up to 360. So how do I deal with this? I use my coterminal angles. I can take 780 degrees and subtract 360 degrees. This is going to give me an angle that's coterminal and has the same value. That's 420. 420 runs into the same problem. It's still too big. So I can take 420 degrees and subtract 360 degrees. And that gives me 60 degrees. All right, now 60 degrees is smaller than 360, so this is going to be on my unit circle. All right, these two things are going to be equal because the angles are basically the same. And then I look at my unit circle, cosine of 60 is 1/2. All right, so this one, if you have your unit circle memorized, these are pretty quick problems. You just have to know if you get anything that's bigger than 360, you just keep subtracting 360 until the number works and is on your unit circle. All right, this is now the final review video. So now if you can go through this one, again, do all the practice problems to really make sure you're understanding how to do it. Again, there's the SOHCAHTOA stuff with the right triangles and also the unit circle stuff. So there's a lot in kind of this one video that we're reviewing. So you really want to make sure you understand both kind of sides of trigonometry. And once you're done that, you can kind of work on the fall exam. Once you understand everything from the fall exam, all right, then you can go on to Unit 7+, which is going to give you some more challenging problems to kind of really push yourself and make sure you have a really good basis and understanding of everything we possibly could do in the fall. All right, but if you made it this far, you're doing great. You understand pretty much everything we covered in the fall, and now you can just do a little bit more with those challenge problems as well.